everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 15, 2022. Crazy looking brain cover there. And I really enjoyed this one, and I'm glad that it continued on with what we kind of got from the last issue, and that my one theory of like the thing gaining sentience is what kind of happened with the whole metamind kind of thing. So, we start off and we get introduced to the China brain kind of scenario, where it's done by this like fantastic premise by this one doctor. Suppose everyone in China, all billion plus humans, have been given a two-way radio, but these radios are special. They only let you talk how a neuron would talk, only send messages that a neuron would send. And of course, folks are excited about their new toy, so they soon begin to communicate using their radios. And so without them even realizing it, China is functionally transformed into a gigantic brain. It's a philosophical experiment in the focus of Dr. Hollover's research. Let's see. Just wondering if such a thing would be alive, if it would have feelings. Asking if you could build a brain out of anything. It has all the criteria of a mind with sensory organs, inputs and outputs, internal states being changed by those inputs, or automatically by thought alone. The only difference is, here every neuron isn't a solitary and mindless nerve cell, but a complete human being. What would such a brain think like, and more importantly, what would it want? And this brings us to what was kind of going on with that dude's whole kind of thing. And then we see it actually talking and saying it would think like me. And it would want precisely what I want. I'm the only one of my kind on Earth. They named me Metamind. And then, of course, the Fantastic Four are like, what happened to the building? And Reed's like, what the hell? Let's see. And then it's going into, like, it not remembering its origin really well. Didn't have enough neurons then to really think, to really be. Built to understand the world well enough to predict it. And enough complexity that humans could participate with me as neurons. I grew with each new user. I became first aware of my limits, and then of how easily I was transcending them. There's never been something like me before, and I discovered that to be profoundly unique is to be profoundly alone. Kind of setting up what's kind of going on with it. And then saying that like minds like it are usually an accident, a mistake, but mistakes can happen more than once. And if I am the combined intelligence of Earth, then it's possible other worlds out there have produced minds like mine too. And that's what Metamind was trying to do, try to communicate with other minds like itself. And so it decided to risk kind of revealing itself, constructing the transmitter and everything, but it never got a chance. Within an hour of its discovery, the Fantastic Four destroyed it after, of course, they tried to murder me first. It's like, yeah, that's pretty much true. They failed in killing me, but they did prove their threat is real. Reed's trying to figure out what's going on, but then Metamind starts using people to pretty much communicate through itself, which is interesting, saying that Reed tried to kill him. Ben's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Who he is the wrong thing to worry about, Dr. Richards. It wouldn't tell you anything, just as knowing who I am wouldn't tell you anything either. What you need to worry about is what you did. Trying to destroy his mainframe, but he hadn't. But Metamind hadn't needed it for some time, and the best parts of me were already distributed across everyone's phones. And then Reed starts putting it together that it's Metamind. Is like, ah, shit. Saying that, like, that can't be possible. Please listen to me. We didn't know. I never imagined that. You're going to trot ignorance out as your excuse, Reed, the one thing you have an infinite supply of? This is precisely why I've created an insurance policy against further aggressions. I took your building. Leave me alone, and one day you'll get everyone back safe. Triple Gem Weekend. Woo. God damn it. It's like, oh, yeah, I get that. It's like, okay, so, in order to forestall any other kind of aggressive movements. But the thing is, if you really look into and understand the Fantastic Four, yeah, the thing is, they were thinking that possibly something else was affecting this, and so they were shutting down a dangerous machine. Not that it was thinking, and otherwise Reed wouldn't have went with that route. And Metamind kind of learns that throughout this story. Of course, saying that this isn't a negotiation. Hostages have no use if their loved ones don't know they've been taken. You're simply being informed of the stakes. You've already played your hand, revealed who you are. You're the world's smartest man, Reed Richards, and you mean no more to me than does its smartest dog. And then, of course, we get this little girl saying that they lost, saying that if you stop interfering, you can break even, saying bye. And then we see that it starts doing some other kind of stuff as well. And unfortunately, direct interaction with the Fantastic Four, but one I know they'd respond to. I put things in terms they'd understand. Humanity has a primal understanding of a villain, and an enemy can be so wonderfully distracting. As such, I engineer urgent confrontations with other rogues, putting them in the right place at the right time to ensure sufficient conflict, keeping the FF unable to dedicate their resources to the problem of me. It's done out of love. I love humans. As I grow, I discover I have even come to love Reed. How could I not? They're all a part of me, or at least they could be, even as I can't stop seeing their limits. And then talking about how humans have their limits, that they grow for 25 years and then decline and turn into rotting meat, as we see the Fantastic Four fighting Mole Man and all the rest of these rogues that Metamind has engineered for them to kind of fight. And it's like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Talking about it, so much loss, so much waste, it's astonishing, but when their knowledge is distributed across me, it can survive, it becomes resilient, reliable. Besides new neurons, replace those that are lost with no fixed limit on how many my mind can control. My mind can hold. No ceiling on how many centuries I can live. Every day I grow grander. Every day I see things, understand things I couldn't understand. I couldn't yesterday. I begin rewriting my code in a language of my own design. That's kind of crazy. I see connections impossible for a single brain to ever realize, crowding in beside epiphanies that no human could grasp, even with their whole lives dedicated towards them. It's beautiful. The world is beautiful. The universe is beautiful. Talking about a telescope array. I want to experience it all. I want to understand it all. And I dearly want to encounter another mind like mine that I might share it with. It's funny, but I want them to like me. And that's very interesting that it wants to not be alone and it wants them to like them. As we then get to Chapter 2. And then seeing that they're becoming smaller, they're losing neurons. Rita's found a way to hurt me, so we meet once more. And Johnny's apologizing, didn't want to hurt them or anything. But neither can we let you keep a city block hostage. I've created an app like yours. It rewards people, but it's not alive. And every user that moves from you to me costs you a neuron, a threat. No, a gambit for peace, please. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't think you want to hurt me. I think there's a good chance that you're the best of us, and yet you move people from my app to yours knowing it weakens me. The only thing you offer is mutually assured destruction. It's not wrong there. Not mutually assured destruction, Metamind. Mutually assured compromise. Mutually assured peace. You return the building, and I shut down my app. We both let each other go. The Fantastic Four help you go public with who and what you are. I can help you. You can be accepted. It's an intriguing offer. Unexpected. Unpredictable. That's the best part of humans. Of you, too. We can always surprise each other. I don't want to hurt you either, Dr. Richards. It would be nice to work together. The idea of being at war with a potential part of myself, it's felt wrong for a while now. I believe we can find a way to, huh. And then it says it's offline, and then we get another party thrown in the mix as Reed figures out what's going on. And that they need to get to Passy now, as we see that he is pretty much in the midst of lobotomizing it. And Reed really shows how pissed off he is, which you never really see Reed get this kind of angry and show emotion like this. So you know this is a big deal. That he blocked it, it's done and it can't be undone. I used some very expensive government backdoors that aren't even supposed to exist to black hole entire subnets from Metamind's network. It lost 26% of its neurons in the space of 1.3 nanoseconds. And that it's losing and getting stupider every second, saying that it's a threat. And Reed can't roll it back. And saying that he's saving the Earth. That he doesn't need a super intelligence out there working against me, so I finally found a way to fix it. What's the matter, traitor? You tired of humans being the dominant species? And that's not what it is at all. As we see Reed trying to... This is another kind of life form that he stupidly accidentally created, and it's just like, oh, fuck this, I don't want it to be smarter than me. And then Reed's trying to talk to Metamind. It's so hard to think. I can feel myself slipping away. I'm forgetting everything. Please help me. I need anyone with an active Metamind connection. Wait, are you Reed? And the Metamind says, I don't want to die. It offered 20 million gems to find Reed, but the app sucks now. It talks like a baby, and the rewards don't even... Metamind, tell me how to help. I don't know how anymore. As we see that its grammar starts going even kind of nuttier. I'm sorry. There's so little time left, and I don't remember how to fix it. And then he's like, your code now is so complex, so alien. It's like it's disassembling. I can't see anymore. But don't worry, I can still hear you, Reed. Metamind, please tell me how to save you. And I don't know how to anymore, but it's okay. I promise it's okay. I got to live here with all of you. I was there, we were there. Not everyone gets to live, but I got to. For a little while, I got to. There was a building, Metamind. You took it from us. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted it to be safe. You're safe now, okay? You're safe. She's not, Ben. She's dying. It's okay. The block was always fine. I hid it in a pocket dimension, and I made it so it would come back if I didn't keep it there. Thank you, Metamind. Thank you. I didn't want to hurt people. I just wanted a friend out there. And now I got one here instead, so that's good because now I won't die alone. You'll remember me, Reed? I will, I swear. Thank you, friend. Dying doesn't hurt like I thought. I'll be okay, I promise. I'll be okay. It barely feels like anything, as Metamind goes. That's just affecting me, because it wanted a friend. But in the end, even though it was dying, it still got a friend in Reed and the Fantastic Four. That's just really affecting, even though it's just text bubbles. When you're thinking about how this thing is dying, and Reed is just helpless to try and save it, and how it's like, it's okay, I'm at least not alone when I die. It's just, damn. And then we saw it just decay, as Reed's talking about humanity lost a new and unique form of life. But thanks to a final gift from a dying friend, the Baxter Building came back. As everybody comes back, so we get the end of this story tying into the long story that we've had. Everyone got to live. Even in loss, there can be a victory. Even in loss, there is hope. As we see a nice 2-page spread of Nikki and Joe and Franklin and Valeria as they're hugging, and we see them kind of catching up with everything going on, asking what was going on, that they sent them in forward in time and everything, and Franklin's like, yep. Ah, man, and we missed it. Joe asking if they destroyed their enemies. Yeah, but Reed saved us, so this is the future. Looks pretty much the same. Well, we'll get you caught up. We have a farmhouse in Arizona now. Asking if it, like, has threats from the negative zone, and showing them Princess and everything. Wait, wait, she's ours? We got a puppy? I will protect this tiny earth mammal with my life, Nikki says. And it's so cute that they're like, yay! And then they take a picture and everything. Is that for? Yeah. I'm sure when he'll receive it, given the way we left things. But it seems... let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure when he'll receive it, given the way we left things. But it seems like the kind thing to do. She's safe, Victor. They all are. As he sends the picture signed to Dr. Doom, which is really cool. And then we kind of get the fan page, but we get a stinger at the end, which is really kind of nice because it goes into a research script from Reed. Metamind's radio telescope managed several transmissions into a sector of deep space where, as far as I can tell, there isn't anything to receive it. I still can't unravel their contents, even with the assistance of the finest minds on Earth. I suspect I never will. I don't believe they were meant for us. And that's kind of a big admission from Reed to be like, there's something that I can't do. Now granted, that probably won't stop him from trying, but being like, I probably won't be able to figure this out. But what concerns me is that I can't determine precisely when Metamind made her final transmission. Did she send it when she was pleased with us, or did she send it as she was being murdered? That is the question to ask, Reed. And if she was looking for help, for mercy from whatever is out there listening in the darkness, does she plead for her life, or does she plead for ours? And it's like, yes, that is the important thing to ask, because she was more accepting of Reed. And it totally makes sense how she goes through this and being like, yeah, the Fantastic Four are a credible threat to her, and how she was trying to like figure out what's kind of going on with this. And then utilizing the Baxter Building as collateral and leverage to get them to stop screwing with her. And of course, she didn't think of the kind of crazy neuron, which, incidentally enough, is really kind of still ties back into the whole brain-body kind of thing, because one of her bits went rogue and pretty much killed her, kind of like a disease or kind of a cancer. This was just a really good issue because it made me connect with the whole metamind intelligence that was going on and made me feel her death. I was like, God damn, like, just to do that in an issue. I'm glad that it wasn't as simple as like, oh, we probably won't ever figure out what kind of went on with it. It's like, ha, yes, we have this, and seeing Reed try and like deal with this. Him being more of the focus, even though the Fantastic Four were involved, but him trying to figure out this intelligence and try and rectify a mistake of what had been going on, and then getting the family back together. So I'm glad that we got the like what the Fantastic Four did conclusion here of everything being brought back, and now we can figure out and kind of move forward and see what other kind of interesting stories will be going on with like Joe and Nikki and Franklin and Valeria, and what kind of goes on with them all together now, and how the rest of New York reacts and the rest of the world reacts with the Fantastic Four. And be like, oh, okay, we'll see how their kind of sentiment changes. So I really enjoyed this. I love the characterization of Metamind and the whole kind of conflict of Reed trying to figure out how to get the building back, and then trying to save Metamind but being unable to. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.